back to my channel. My name is Khadija Tadeshola, and in my channel I talk about everything related to women and midwifery. So today I'm going to be talking about getting an accommodation in the UK as a nurse or midwife, or as anyone on a skilled worker visa or on a work visa. So the process is usually the same, because one of the things that determine if you'll be given an accommodation by the landlord or by the letting agents is your ability to prove that you're working, which equivalents to you whether you can or can't pay for the apartments in future. So that is one of the criteria for you to get an apartment in the UK. So if you are on a skilled worker visa, there is a way it is done basically. So that is what I want to talk about in this video today. So if this is your first time in my channel, you're welcome, and please kindly like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification button so you get to know when I post a new video, because I'm going to be doing a lot of videos regarding settling down in the UK. And as you know that I recently migrated to the UK as well, so as I'm settling down, finding out something that is going to be beneficial to you, that is coming or that are here already, or that I just find out, I'm going to be putting it on the channel, so it may be just worth it for you to subscribe so you get notified when I post a new one. So if you are my returning subscribers, thank you, I really appreciate you. So back to what I will be talking about today. So I'll be talking about getting the accommodation. Sorry, I need to get my pen and my book because I've written some things down. I want to be sure I'm saying it right. So getting an accommodation in the UK, there's there are different type of apartment. You can have and the one you get depends on your family size. So the accommodation that is suitable for you depends on your family size. So it means that if you are just a couple, like just your husband and wife, in some area you can get a shared apartment, and in some area they will not let you a shared apartment. So in the place I am, we were looking for a shared apartment in the first place, but we could not really see a shared apartment that is suitable for us, so that's that. Then also you can get a studio apartment or a bedroom flat, 2-bedroom flat, 3-bedroom flat, depending on your family size. So if you are a family of 2, in some area you will get a shared apartment. That family of 2 means you and your husband alone. In some area they will let you a shared apartment where you will have your kitchen and toilet and suites, toilet and bedroom and suites, but you will be sharing kitchen. Then in some area they would not let a couple in shared apartment. It's only single people that they will give a shared apartment. So like my area, you can I can't say you can't get, but you might not get a shared apartment that is suitable for you as a couple. So then there's a bedroom flat. A bedroom flat is mostly for couple, that's husband and wife. And if you have just one child, and the one child is like just a baby, like less than 5 years or so, some landlord will still not let you a bedroom flat. There are some bedroom flats that are not comfortable for you to have a child in it, for 3 people to live in there. So some are very small, and even when we went to view one and we said that this bedroom flat is very small, we will not be comfortable having a child in that apartment. So it means that even if you have a child, that apartment will not be comfortable for you. So in that apartment, the landlord does not take someone that have a child. So it means that if you are just you and your husband, the best for you is to have a bedroom flat, but you can also get a shared flat depending on your location. If it's you and your husband and a child, some landlord or letting agents might let you a bedroom flat, and most might not let you a bedroom flat. So if you are a family of 4, nobody will let you a bedroom flat, so you must get a 2-bedroom flat if you are a family of 4. If you are a family of 5, some might still let you a 2-bedroom flat, but some will not let you a 2-bedroom flat, regardless of the age of your child. Some will not let you 2-bedroom flat if you are a family of 5. If you are more than family of 4, they might not let you 2-bedroom flat. So basically 2-bedroom flat, 3-bedroom flat is for family of 4. 2-bedroom flat is for family of 4 and family of 3. 3-bedroom flat is for family of 5, 6, so that's what 3-bedroom flat is for. So if you are coming, depending on your family size, you can either get a shared apartment, a 1-bedroom flat, 2-bedroom flat, or 3-bedroom flat. If it's just you and yourself only, or you and your husband only, depending on your location, you can try get a shared apartment. But if it's you and your husband and a child, you are looking at 1-bedroom flat, 2-bedroom flat, and 3-bedroom flat. Now, the price of those flats depends on your location. It depends on how close your location is to the city, and sometimes it depends on how close your location is to a kind of an expensive area. For instance, if your location is London, houses are expensive over there. So if your location is anywhere closer to London, there is influence of London in there. So in like my place, it's a little bit expensive to other places. Then in some places you can get a shared apartment of 300, 400 bills inclusive. In some places, like my place here, the least you can get for a shared apartment bill inclusive is 500. So it goes from 500, 600, 650. There are even a shared apartment of 650, and they do not take couple. It's only one person they take. We've seen a bedroom flat that is 700, and they do not take couple. So when you are checking, you need to know what you want first before you go on the letting app, on the apps. Now, I've talked about the type of houses in relation to your family size. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is how to get houses. So there are 3 websites. Like, there are lots of places you can check, but the one that is like recognized and that every agency or letting agents that post any houses on that app, they are like verified, that you can get scammed from, is the Supla, Right Move, and there's one other one on the market or something on the market. So the Right Move and Zoopla. Then there are other places as well, but they are not really verified, and there's increased risk of scamming, which is that, but people still get houses there, which is Spare Room, Groom Tree, and all that. So, and also there are lots of letting agencies. So those letting agencies post their available houses on the website, on the app, which is the Zoopla and the Right Move. We basically use Zoopla, Right Move, and the Spare Room to search for accommodation. So then most of the accommodation we're searching for were under letting agencies. The only places we deal with a landlord directly was when we went to check a shared apartment, which is not suitable for us. So we decided we are not checking a shared apartment again. Then now, before you start using the app, or as you're registering on the app, check the prices of houses in that area. Do you understand? You will check it on the area that you have. So everything is on the app. You will have an idea of what the prices is. Then you will share you will make a kind of budget for yourself. So when you are registering on the app, you filter you filter the houses to what is suitable for you. For instance, if your budget is 700, within 700 to 900, so you just put it there, or within 600 to 800, depending on your family size. For instance, in my area now, if you are like husband and wife, like a couple, the minimum you should have is 700. It's most likely not going to see. We set to 700, we were not even saying. So the minimum is like 700 to 900 for a bedroom flat in my area. Then for 2-bedroom flat in my area, is mostly from 890, or let me say 900 to 1000 for 2-bedroom flat. Then 3-bedroom flat is usually from 1001 to 13, and they are not bill inclusive. Get it that most buildings that are maybe a single flat, a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, they are not bills inclusive. So you have to get that you can't get you might not get I can't say you can't get, because I don't know of other area, but the probability that you will get a bill inclusive houses if you are getting a bedroom flat, 2-bedroom flat, or 3-bedroom flat is very low. So now those are the price ranges. So you can check with your location. There are places that are cheaper, like Leeds. In Leeds you can get like a 2-bedroom for 600. In Northampton as well, I think it's cheap. So there are areas that are cheaper, so you can check the areas that you have, or that you are going, the area that your trust is, that your hospital is. You can check it to know how or what ideas you should have. Now, the most thing is that the most common thing with nurses is that is that the wife is the nurse, the wife come first, then the family come joint later. So it is expected that before your family come, you rent a suitable apartment, right, for them, so that when they come, they stay there. That is the norm. So, but I can tell you that is not really easy, because when you get a house that you want, for instance, if you are family of 3, the family of 4, basically the minimum you are getting is 2-bedroom flat. So for this type of area that I am, if you are in Leeds, at least it's still manageable. Or if you are in the area that are not too expensive, you might not really understand these things I'm saying if you've been in the UK, because you didn't really suffer it as much. But then you will also agree with me that it's not easy to get that houses. So in this area that I am now, that the minimum you get for 2-bedroom flat is 900. Now in this place, if you are letting from a letting agency, the price of the houses you are looking at, your salary will also, your annual salary will affect your chances of getting that house. So I think that's like a general rule. So for instance, if you are earning 25,006 something, which is the basic the band 5 salary for nurses, 25,006 something annually, and you want to get a house of 900,000, and you are the one that is just getting it for your family. 900 pounds monthly. So they will check your salary. If the house you want to rent, the prices times 30, your annual salary must be higher than that. So for instance, if you're looking at a house of 900, so 900 times 30, 900 times 30 equals to 27,000. So for you to be able to rent a house of 900 comfortably, you have to be earning 27,000 annually before removing tax. So that is where the challenges come from, that you will be required, if you don't earn this, you will be required to provide a guarantor. So now, if you are alone, it is only you as a nurse in the country, your annual salary at that level at band 5 is not up to 27,000. So your salary alone will not be able to hand you that house at that moment. You will be needing a guarantor who will be able to stand for you, that you will be able to pay that rent. Basically, they just want to be sure you can pay the rent, like on a long run you'll be able to pay the rent. And don't forget that rent, they've already, like, there's already a way they calculated it already, so to make life easy for you. So they feel if you are earning 25,000 something annually, getting a house of 900 is too much for you, that at a point you will not be able to pay it. That is what it means. But now you know in your mind that your husband is coming, your husband is going to be coming to join you, and he's going to start working as well. So paying the money will not be a problem, but you will not be able to explain to them like that. Nobody will listen to your explanation, and that is why you will be needing a guarantor. And that is why at times it's not easy to get house, because there are a lot of people that want to take that house, so they filter the houses and take people that have much higher chances of being able to pay. So for instance, if you are looking for a house at a house of 900 pounds and you are single, it's just you, but you know your husband or your family is going to join you soon, but currently you're the only one that can prove that you're working, so you are just one person working, then there is another family that wants to take that house as well, but two of the occupants in that house are working, so they have a higher chances of getting that house. So automatically the letting agency or the landlord or anybody, they will drop you. They will not give you that house because there is somebody that both of them are working, and there's higher chances that they are going to be able to pay. So if both of them are working, they will take both of them annual salary and plus it together, so that it will be above 27,000. So it means you can pay. So basically, your annual salary must be higher than times 30 of the house of your house rent. That is the rule. That is what will give you higher chance of getting the house. And that is why where I appreciate the fact that me and my husband moved together and we are just two. So we get higher chances to people because both of us are working. We were able to prove that both of us are working when we were checking the house, because we believe that it will definitely get house. And at the end of the day, when we got a house as well, it was working, then we were able to prove that both of us are working, but we haven't really gotten there. I'm talking about how your chances, what increases or decreases your chances of getting accommodation, and why people find it difficult to get accommodation. It's not that there are no houses. There are houses, but there are a lot of people, so they get to filter and just pick people that fit in better according to their assessment. Now, we also got to another house. Another thing is proximity of the house to your place of work, like to hospital. Most of the time, houses very close to the hospital, they are really, really competitive because there are a lot of staffs that are being recruited to the hospital almost every time, including doctors, nurses, physiotherapists, radiologists, everybody. And most of the times they are being recruited from outside country, outside UK. So they come, all of them want to get a house. So we get to compete for better houses. And of course, we want to get one of the best houses. You're looking for houses that are spacious, especially if you have children. You're looking for, there are a lot of things you're looking for. If you don't like smoking, you're looking for a smoke-free house. Those things, you put it filter the house. If you have pet as well, if you don't like pets, you're looking for a house that they don't have pets or something. So all those things filter, and it decreases or increases your chances of getting the house. And that is why houses, they said that house is not really easy to get. The truth is, when we came, if we want to get a house in 2 weeks, we'll get it, but we are not seeing the one we like. So that's one of the reasons that houses are not easy to get. So we actually view lots of houses. Lots of houses basically. So now I've talked about the prices range and how you filter the job before you apply. Now, if you are looking for house, you check the app every day, because they upload new houses every day or weekly, or weekly at most. So you check every time you see new houses, you call the poster, which is the letting agency most of the time, and you speak to them, you arrange for viewing. When you go, if you don't like it. So we went to a bedroom flat basically somewhere, and it was just like a studio apartment, and it was even like, so you must check the house you want to take before you take them. So you must go for viewings. That is the most things. So because they post good nice pictures online, when you get there, you'll be like, oh, is this what I'm seeing on? We went to a place, and the whole places were just like my current sitting room. The whole bedroom, sitting room, and kitchen, toilet, and everything. They call it a bedroom flat. It was just like my current sitting room. You you need to see my sitting room basically. It's big. It's a very, very big apartment. It's like not really, but at least it's rare before you see that kind of spaces. Yeah, consider like, compared to the one we've been saying, this is like a perfect one basically, and we really appreciate the fact that we got this place. So now, another thing I'm going to talk about is that after you've seen the house that you want now, you call the letting agents, and they tell you, okay, you can. The first thing the letting agents will tell you that, are you currently working? They will ask, are you currently working? And what is your annual salary? How many people are going to be staying in the compound, in the house? Then how many people are working? So they will calculate both of you salary together. If it's 2 people that is working, they will join the 2 salary together. Then they will check the price of the house, multiply the price of the house times 30, and compare it with your salary. If your salary is above that, then you already pass the first stage, and they will arrange viewing, doing all of that. If your salary does not pass as well, they will also arrange viewing. But before you proceed, you will need a guarantor. So now, if both of you are working, or your salary is above 30 times of the actual rent, they will just need proof that you're working, and after submitting that, then they will pass you to for the reference check. So for most agencies, they are not actually the one that do reference check, like a kind of body that do reference check. So once they pass it to them and they said that you're good to go, you have a good credit history and all that. But when we came, they were asking us about reference check, credit score. I'll be like, we don't even know what is credit score. We are barely 1 month in the country, and we are currently staying in Airbnb, so we don't even know about the credit check and all that. But then they still have to check that you have a good history in the country, like you've been buying things, you pay for what you buy and all that. So they do the credit check. Now, before getting our house, which is a bedroom flat, we did not use any guarantor because both of us salary was above 30 times of the actual price of the house. So that is why we do not need a guarantor, and we were able to prove that we are working. However, if you are just one person as well that is working, and the house you want to rent, your salary is like 30 times above it's like your annual salary, the 30 times of the actual rent is like your salary is above 30 times of the actual rent, you might still not need a guarantor. They will, like, most landlords will give you without a guarantor. So that is it. So also, even after agreeing with the letting agency and all that, the right to let the house to you still lies on the landlord. But there are some houses that landlord already give all the power to the letting agents, and those kind of houses are those kind of landlord are usually investors. Like the landlord of this our house now is an investor, so he doesn't really come. We didn't even see him. He just left everything to the letting agents. So the letting agent sort everything, gave us the key. We didn't even see the landlord, and that is because he's an investor. So he has a lot of houses that he rents out. So he just gives all the power to the letting agency. So we don't have our landlord here. So this building is like 14 flats. So we have like 8 single flats, 1 bedroom flat in 8, and there is 2 bedroom flats, which is like 6. So it's like a big building. So we do not really have to deal with the landlord. But in some places we have to deal with the landlord. So in some places, if 4 people meet the criteria to take the house, so the letting agents will give the names and details of the 4 people to the landlord. So the landlord will be left to pick one person that he will give the house to. So most of the time, in some cases, the right to really give you the house does not lie on the letting agencies. Even if you have passed everything, it still depends on some other factors best known to the landlord. So now, I have talked about the fact that you must view the house before you make any payment. Now, even before you make any payment, they must have agreed to give you the house. If they agree to give you the house, they would ask you to pay an holding deposit, which the rule is that holding deposit should be 4 weeks payment of the salary. Like, it's some percentage of the 4 weeks, 1 week payment. There is a rule to it, but most of the time, depending on the price of the house that you are taking, holding payment most of the time is like, for us, we pay holding payment was around £170, which is like a week money. So it depends. The price your holding payment depends on the price of the house. Now, your holding payment, you making an holding payment does not really guarantee that you'll be given the house, because if they do the credit check and you did not pass the credit check, they will not give you the house. But I think in some places they give you the holding deposit back, and in some cases you might not be entitled to the holding deposit. Now, if after the holding deposit and everything, you pass the credit check and all that, you will pay the balance of for instance, if your rent is 900 per month and you pay 200 holding deposit, so you will pay 700 to balance it for that month. Now, in some places, they take deposit. For us, we pick the no deposit option, and that also lies on the fact that our landlord is an investor, so he doesn't really have time to be checking. Landlord never visited this place, except if you have any complaint about the house or everything, they come replace everything regarding maybe something is not working and all that. Like when we newly moved in, the fridge was not working, so we called them. They brought a new fridge and they took the previous one, and they apologized that the previous tenant did not complain about the fridge, so they were not aware the fridge wasn't working, so they just replaced it. And we spoke with the contractor, not even the landlord. So the landlord have contractor, have everybody that he communicated with. So basically the landlord is just like, just the people that have money and do businesses. So but if you are with a kind of in a house that it's living landlord and all that, it might not be like that or something. So it might be a different experience to this I'm talking about. But the general thing is that most of those landlords will request that you pay an holding deposit. So holding deposit may be a kind of way to save themselves if you are not able to pay at a point. So maybe they will just use the holding deposits and all that. But you have the right to take your holding deposits when you are leaving the house. And it is advisable that you read the right to lend guide for UK, so you know what you are entitled to and what you are not entitled to. Then if after everything you make payments and all that, of course they will arrange your move-in date. So when you move into your apartment, ask questions about how they use their things, especially if it's the landlord that is showing you the apartment. So in our own case, we just get the key from the letting agent's office, and we just moved to the house trying to figure things out ourselves. But if you were to be like a landlord something, the landlord will have shown you everything. And another thing is that we came for viewing basically, but my husband missed the appointment. The lady was waiting because he asked to check like 3 houses the day he came to do the viewing for this house, and I was at work. He wasn't working at that time. So the lady that came to take him through the house was waiting for him over 30 minutes. So he had to ask her to make a video of the house and send to him and all that. But he still eventually gets to the area. So, and the area was nice for us because there's a moat in front of us and all that. We are Muslim, obviously it's a nice place for us to stay. So, but the interesting part is that you should check the location of your house before you go ahead with payment and all that. So as regarding the size of the house and all this, we already see the plan of the house, not only the picture, like the graph or something. And my husband was able to interpret it because he's an architect, so he was able to interpret it and the sizes of the house from seeing the design. So because of that, the father is an architect, we've actually left a lot of houses because he checked the design and he'll be like, no, we can't stay in that house. We actually saw one that is an upstairs, downstairs and upstairs. I love the fridge. They had a very big fridge, and he was like, no, we can't stay in that house, the bedroom have this. I was like, what's this? At a point I was like, see, this guy, you don't want us to rent house, but obviously this one you eventually take is nice. Then another thing I need to talk about is when you are checking as well, you need to check when you are featuring the job the house online, you need to put whether you want furnished or unfurnished house. But the truth is, for me, it's better you go for an unfurnished house, especially if you are taking 1 bed, 2 bed, 3 bed stuff. But if you are taking a shared apartment, of course, it's mostly furnished. But if you are taking a bedroom flat, 2 bedroom flat, 3 bedroom flat, it may be nice for you to go for unfurnished because it will be lesser and it will be less competitive. So there's probability that you will get what you want. But the disadvantage is that we slept on the floor for like a week because there was nothing there, and we just have to move in, getting a bed and all that. So that is one of the disadvantages of getting unfurnished house. But if you are like a nurse, you're staying in the hospital apartment already. So if you are looking to get a house, maybe you buy your bed somewhere, buy chair, buy all this before you get the house. And obviously when you get the house, you move everything in there. So, or you get it before your contract expired in your hospital, so that you will be storing the you will be furnishing the house small. So that is the trick. So if you're looking for a furnished house, it's going to be more expensive and it's going to be more competitive. So you may try to take out the furnished aspect, say you're happy with either furnished or unfurnished. So then another thing is, if you are taking a shared room, that means if you are just one person, it's fine for you to just go for furnished apartment and all that, because there's no point to get. So basically, that's it about getting an accommodation for your family in the UK. So I talk about you as a nurse or as a midwife or as anyone on a skilled worker visa, you having a job influences the affect the fact like, are you getting that house or you're not? So basically, if you are with your husband or your wife, both of you come together, then both of you will be working at the time you're getting the job, the house, so it will increase the chances of you getting a better house. But if both of you are not working, your chance of getting a better house may just be limited, and that is what usually increases the time people use to get a better accommodation. So basically, my advice, of course, it's not everybody that will do that, is that if you are just like if your husband and wife, like family of 4, and you have your kids and you have somebody you can keep your children with in Nigeria, so that both of you can come for like a month, then you have the money to book an Airbnb apartment. So when both of you come within a month, it will be easy for you to really get an accommodation, because your chances of getting the accommodation will increase with the fact that both of you are working, and your combined salary will definitely be more than 30 times of the house you are looking at for. So that's the advantage. But if you have 1, 2 children and other, look for somewhere you can keep the children for a month. Then now you can think of who will now bring the child. Of course, if you're okay and other, you have a house, you just book a flight and you go. Nigeria to UK is not far, it's just like 6 hours. So if you can book the flights, you just go take your kids and you bring them. So I think it will be a kind of less stressful on the woman, on the wife, or on one person aspect. So when both of you do it together, it's going to be a little bit easier for you to get the accommodation, basically. So that's what it is. And for me, I'd advise you use only recognized app, which is the Rightmove, Supla, or the Move, or the one that is actually sure there's no scam, everything is verified. However, if you have to use any other app, which like the Spare Room, Groomtree, Facebook Marketplace, and all that, take note of all these, which is what will tell you that this person is like a potential scammer. People asking you to send money before viewing. If they ask you to send money before viewing, they are scammers. You on no account should you send money to anybody before you check or see the house. On no account, even if it's holding deposit, on no account should you send money to anybody before viewing the house. So make sure you view the house. And the advantage of viewing the house is that you get to know the actual size of the house. You get to know the actual location of the house. Some houses are located on the hills. We went to view one. It was on the hills, like my legs were paining me, and it was we never thought of that. So it's better you go to view the house you want to take before you go ahead to making payment to anybody. So take note of that. Then when you move into the house as well, take note of the meter reading and everything when you move into the house. Then don't forget to ask the letting agent or the landlord, if you are taking a bedroom flat, 2, 3 bedroom flat, that who had the electricity supplier, and how you contact them that you newly move in. So you create an account with them, then you send them your meter reading end of the month. Then also, if you are using gas, ask for the electricity and gas supplier and their contact number. Then also the water supplier as well and their contact number. Then that's the basic things that you pay for in the house, house when you need moving. So when you are moving in, ask your agent or your landlord who are the suppliers of those things, so that you can call them and create an account with them. And obviously, you are just coming to the country, it may be better for you to start building your credit score. So it may just be nice for you to set a direct debit with those complaints, like the electricity complaint and the water complaint. So try to set a direct debit with them. So it's by setting direct debits, it increases your credit score. What else do I want to talk about the accommodation? I think that is it. Okay, when we got to even if my house is unfurnished, the kitchen was okay for me. I think at least there was fridge, there's washing machine, and there's cooker, which is the basic thing for a kitchen. So I have to get every other thing in my kitchen. So I hope this information is beneficial to you, and for all the nurses here still looking for accommodations and hoping to bring their families soon, I wish you all the best, and I wish you get the best accommodation soon. So if you are looking for house of 900, of course, like if you are bringing 2-3 people, like family of 4, family of 5 and all that, obviously you'll be needing a guarantor. So where it's easy for people like us that doesn't have any family in the UK who can be your guarantor, I think the best place people get guarantor is from religious gathering. So it's either you go to your church when you enter the country, locate the nearest church to you, locate the nearest mosque to you, talk to them, and they're going to put you through. And that is where most people get their guarantor from. But we do not need a guarantor because we prove it with our work. We prove with evidence of our work. We do not need a guarantor, and we do not make deposits. We take a no deposit option, and that is because that is what our landlord wants, and that is what we wanted, and our landlord also accepted. There are some houses that is a must for you to pick the no deposit option, and there are some houses that is a must for you to make deposit. So everything differs based on what your landlord or letting agents want. So you have to check with them and also check if it's okay by you. So thank you for watching my video. If you have any question regarding getting accommodation as a nurse or as a midwife or